Good morning. It is Friday the 19th of September and this is your news today. Coming up, we are live to London as Donald Trump holds high-level talks with UK PM Sir Keir Starmer. Plus, late-night drama, all the fallout after Jimmy Kimmel was sensationally pulled off the air. And see the daredevil chasing a world record racing across a carrier.
First up this morning, Donald Trump has turned to politics on the final day of his second state visit to the UK. The US president has spoken out against Vladimir Putin during talks with Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer at his country residence Chequers.
Well, he has let me down. I mean, he's killing many people, and he's losing more people than he's killing. Yeah. I mean, frankly, the Russian soldiers are being killed at a higher rate than the Ukrainian soldiers. But, yeah, he said, let me down.
He also talked trade, tariffs and war with the PM, signing a $300 billion tech deal with the UK. Let's go live now to 9 Europe correspondent Jess Millwood from London. Jess, good morning to you again. Certainly an historic trip for the President and First Lady.
Good morning, Carl. It absolutely was. This really was the business end of this historic state visit for Donald Trump, where he held high-level discussions with Sir Keir Starmer. They did sign that tech deal worth $300 billion Australian, but there really wasn't any further breakthrough on tariffs or the war in Ukraine and in the Middle East. Meanwhile, the First Lady, she was still being treated to the Royal Charm Offensive over at Windsor, the Queen showing off the Dollhouse exhibition at Windsor Castle before she held her first public engagement with the Princess of Wales. Just the two of them solo. There they are, meeting with some scouts on the grounds of the Windsor estate. Some beautiful images there. Both ladies said to be very, very passionate about the natural world. The Trumps are now bound for the US, this unprecedented state visit being heralded a success. Carl.
Jess, thank you. Erika Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk, has been named the new CEO of Turning Point USA, the conservative organisation founded and led by her late husband. The announcement was made by the board, saying prior to his assassination last week, this is what he wanted in the event of his death. And we discuss how America has reacted to Charlie Kirk's assassination in this week's episode of Today's Take with 9 Newspapers correspondent Michael Koziol. Peru's famous Machu Picchu is at risk of losing its title as one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Those behind the list have warned the Inca sanctuary reputations is being harmed by several issues, including over-tourism and limited conservation policies. Thousands of travellers have also been left stranded recently around Machu Picchu due to local protests. Protests in Paris have turned violent as thousands take part in strike action across France against the government's budget cuts. Police in riot gear used tear gas and shields to disperse protesters in the capital after some protesters were seen damaging property. The unrest comes less than a week after Sébastien Lecornu was appointed Prime Minister.
Well, there's concern the axing of American late-night TV host Jimmy Kimmel's program is a crackdown on free speech in the US. Let's go live now to 9 US correspondent Jonathan Kersley, who is outside the theatre where the comedian makes his show. Jono, good morning. The President is celebrating the cancellation.
Yeah, he is. Once again, speaking in the United Kingdom and speaking on Air Force One moments ago, essentially saying that late-night comedians who criticise him are an arm of the Democrats. This is Jimmy Kimmel's theatre, the El Capitan in downtown Hollywood, where yesterday people have been queuing for hours, waiting to be told to go in. Then they were told, essentially, the show has been axed, and Jimmy Kimmel went out a back entrance. Across the road here, in the heart of Hollywood, you've got the Dolby Theatre, where he was a 4-time Oscar host, a funny man of late-night television, one of the most popular, but it is one remark in a monologue about the suspect charged over the assassination of Charlie Kirk that has sparked condemnation. The FCC, the media watchdog, threatened to take away ABC's licence unless something was done. So ABC, owned by Disney, did something, and that is take Jimmy Kimmel off the air. His show's been running for 22 years. This is what the US president had to say earlier today. So we don't appear to have that grab for you, but essentially Donald Trump saying that he supports the cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel. He's issued a message to other late-night hosts, including Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers, suggesting that they could be next. The concern from critics of Donald Trump now is this is a crackdown on free speech, and it could go well beyond just the issue of late-night TV hosts.
Yeah, it's a bit ugly, isn't it, Jono? Thank you. Well, an Italian supercar driver has taken speed to the seas, chasing a wild world record to become the fastest car on a boat. Fabio Baroni raced across a Navy ship's flight deck, reaching 152 kilometres per hour, but falling just short of the 160 kilometres he needed to break the record. The slow speed is being blamed on the ship's deck, which was soaked after a night at sea. Might have to try again. Well, the Festival of Finals footy charges into this weekend for both the AFL and the NRL. We have team coverage for you this morning. Let's go first to Isabel Quinlan, who joins us from the MCG. Izzy, the G will host two massive clashes tonight and tomorrow.
They will, Sarah, and they're both sold out, which is unsurprising considering the teams going head-to-head. The Hawks are gunning for their first grand final in 10 years, but first they've got to get through their rivals, the Cats, who have a pretty good track record when it comes to footy finals, this being their 14th prelim in 19 seasons. Now, tomorrow night, the Pies will take on the Lions, who are charging for their second consecutive grand final, but Collingwood are tipped to win it all, Sarah, which I'm sure you're very happy about. But when it comes to footy finals, it's anyone's game.
Oh, it's going to be tight and I'm very, very nervous. Izzy, thank you.
Let's go to my happy place now with the NRL, and today's Sydney reporter Sarah Stewart is at Cronulla Beach, my third happiest place on the earth. Sarah, the Sharks have plenty of support ahead of their match with the Raiders.
They certainly have a lot of support, don't they, guys? Yes! We are celebrating this morning with the guys from Engadine High, of course, celebrating their last day of school, but today is all about the Sharkies as well. The game tomorrow night in Canberra, it is going to be very tough for the Sharkies. We know the Raiders are going to be going in very determined after that very tough game last weekend against the Broncos. The Sharkies have only won one premiership. They're hoping that the year of 2025 could be the one. The year of 2025 for you guys as well. Tell me, can the Sharkies do it?
Hell yes, they can.
And what about you? Who's going to win?
Well, I reckon if the Broncos can beat the Raiders, I reckon the Sharkies can as well.
Oh, there we go, them fighting words. You heard it here, the Sharkies for 2025, right, guys? Yes!
Jane will be very happy with that.
Cronulla, Sarah, that's all I can say. Queensland has become the first state in Australia to outlaw pill testing, passing laws in state parliament overnight. It's a decision that has been slammed by health experts with concerns the action could cost lives.
It's true that there are no safe way to take drugs. In fact, the drugs are so dangerous that we need to test them and warn people about some of those dangerous contents that are out there.
Earlier this year, the LNP cut funding to $1.5 million testing service Checkpoint, despite a survey finding the service triggered drug health conversations with users. The doctor who alerted authorities to triple mushroom murderer Erin Patterson has been forced to undergo mentoring and ethical education by the medical regulator. The sanctions follow public comments made by Dr Christopher Webster about Patterson, where he referred to her as a, quote, disturbed sociopathic nutbag. The doctor will learn about the appropriate use and disclosure of private information. And love was literally in the air when a New South Wales farmer pulled off a proposal like no other. Will Henderson from the town of Blighty planting 3 hectares of canola to spell out the question, will you marry me? It took 5 months to grow, but when it bloomed, Will invited his girlfriend on a flight to remember.
As we turned into the airport, I think I knew what was happening, but I didn't exactly know about the letters in the canola.
My friends have been paying me out, saying I've set the bar a bit too high.
Yeah, it's a very, very high bar, and that couple will tie the knot on their family farm in 2027. Congratulations.
Gorgeous couple.
So sweet, isn't it? We love love. Well, let's take a look now at the weather right across the country. And a partly cloudy day is in store for Brisbane and the Gold Coast, with showers incoming for Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne and Hobart.
We'll also see showers for Adelaide and Perth with a partly cloudy day, and 33 ahead for Darwin.